Hey everyone, Bob Van Eyten with Performance Ag Service in Missouri Valley. I wanted to reach out to everyone today. We're here at Performance, we're putting together a little video series focused on crop protection for the 2020 season. As we get closer to that season, we've been getting quite a few questions, guys stopping in, emailing, calling, talking about what their options are coming into this spring, how things might play out, and different plans in place for what we're going to have to battle through here. First video series, first video I'm going to do is going to be based on an Xtend Soybean program. We'll follow that up with a Liberty soybean program and an E3 or enlist bean program, and then corn programs, and even we're going to do some plant health with some fungicide programs. And how we're going to kind of base those, I'm going to do a good, better, best. Probably start with our best option first, and kind of tear it down to some good options other than that as well. So I'm going to start with an Xtend Soybean program. I think the best program that's probably on the market today in a no-till soybean situation. I don't know if you remember last fall we had some pretty decent growing conditions for winter annuals. And if you were out in the field, out in the stalks, looking around, you probably did see quite a bit of mare's tail, hen bit, and all that stuff starting to come. So it's going to start good this year, and if our weather continues the way it's going, it looks to me like it is probably going to get an early start even this spring. So you're going to want to be out there early, and you're going to want to be out there with some products that you can feel confident about using. For me, my experience, what I've been using, soybean burn down program, no-till, Zidua Pro, I think hands down is the best product. You're getting 3 modes of action with this product, and you're getting a heck of a long time of residual with this product. It's going to be one that's going to be a little bit more spendy than the others, but I think when you put that up against other products, you got to make sure you're comparing apples to apples as far as rates of what you're getting. So we're going to go out early. We're going to go out with Zidua Pro at 6 ounces. Sharpen Pursuit and Zidua in this product. A lot of residual. We're going to add a pint to a pint and a half, depending on weed size, of 6-pound 2,4-D. We're going to have a pint of Roundup in there to help the synergy with 2,4-D and Roundup in conjunction with the Sharpen and the Zidua. Works awesome on mare's tail, especially if you got some mare's tail that's starting to get some size to it. We're going to add a True AMS water conditioner with a quart per 100 non-ionic surfactant and a full rate of drift control in this product as well, so you can feel pretty confident going around those edges with this Padlock Plus in the tank. And also, one thing we don't want to forget with our Zidua Pro, the kick source stuff, we want to have MSO, full rate MSO with it. I know a lot of guys are used to the quart per 100, pint per 100 type stuff. This is going to be, we want a pint per acre to a pint and a half per acre with Zidua Pro. So make sure that's in the tank as well. Water usage, I like to be in that 15 to 17 gallon of water. The more water, the better. And I think you're going to be really happy with it. The key with this program and with all these programs is going to be paying attention to the date of application, and then the date that you want to be coming back with your post. A lot of guys, we head out 1st of April, lay that pre-emerge down, and then the expectation is that we're not coming back, till mid-June to post those beans, and want this first pass residual to last that long. The reality is, I know if you get out and walk your field, that's just not going to happen. These are 30 to 40 day max. I think Zidua Pro, you can't expect 40 days out of it. A lot of the others, you're going to be closer to 30. We got to be out there at 30 days looking at stuff, planning that second trip, and overlaying those residuals before, especially water hemp gets up out of the ground. If we're chasing water hemp, we're not going to do a very good job. We got to stay ahead of it. So with the Zidua Pro program, second pass, 35, 40 days, weather permitting, we're going back out. We're going back out with our Ingenia pass. These are Xtend soybeans. We're going back with Ingenia. We're overlaying Outlook at 10 ounces. up to 12. If you got planting a little bit late, you got small beans, let's go ahead and up that outlook rate, get that up to 12 ounces. With your Ingenia or any post-dicamba product, you got to make sure you got your DRA in there. We're going with condensed DRA, 5 pints per 100. Keep that up. If you're running 15 gallon of water, which is your minimum, you're going to be around that 12 ounce rate of condensed in there. Volunteer corn killer, we're at about 6 ounces. You can kind of play with that depending on your area, on what's been working for you. 4 to 8, we usually land about 6 and do a pretty good job. And also buck 5 extra, quarter Roundup in there with our Ingenia. And I think this is going to work. The key with this working, your second pass working, is the timing of it, guys. If we get out there, it's all weed size, weed size, weed size. If we get out there and we're spraying 12, 16-inch weeds and expecting quick and quality burn down of those weeds, we're going to be mistaken. We got to get out there if we can before they get up. Worst case scenario, 4, 5, 6 inches or below, guys. Every label you read, you're going to see a 4-inch weed height restriction on there. A lot of times that's not feasible for us to be out in the field that timely with rain. But if you can get out there 35 to 40 days, overlay that Zidua Pro with your Ingenia and your Outlook, and you're going to be pretty darn happy at the end of the year. So this is I would say, our best program. I'm going to take a break here quick. I'm going to put together our second program, and I'll be right back with you. Okay, second program, Xtend Soybeans. This one I don't want to give the impression that it's not as good as the first one. I would say it's probably 1A when comparing it to Zidua Pro. The thing you got to do with Authority First and Sonic when you're comparing it to Zidua Pro is you got to make sure you got your rate where it needs to be. If you're going to compare 3 or 4 ounces of Authority First to Zidua Pro, I'd say 10 times out of 10 you're not going to be happy. You're just, for what you're getting out of Zidua Pro, you got to get your Authority First rate up to that 5 and even 6 ounces depending on the organic matter in your soil. But 3 and 4 ounces of Authority First compared to a product like Zidua Pro all day long, you're not going to be happy. So what I like to do with our Authority First in no-till fields where mare's tail's a big issue, water hit's a big issue, we're coming in with 5 to 6 ounces of Authority First. We're going to pair that up with our 12-8 of Ingenia, our DRA agent, and Roundup. And we're going to go out early. I don't think enough people give enough credit to Ingenia or the dicamba products also with the residual you're getting out of them. I know a lot of people are going to say you're not going to get much, but from what I've seen and from us, the amount we've used, we do get residual out of that Ingenia as well as awesome burn down. So 5.5, 6 ounces of Authority First, Ingenia, condensed 5 pints per 100, Roundup at a pint, 15 gallon of water, and I'm rolling early. Where the first program, Zidua Pro, we were saying 35, 40 days. I think we really want to be out trying to be on that ground at 35 days. I think 40 days is going to push the limits of Authority First Sonic type products. I think you need to be closer to that 35 day window if at all possible. I think you'll just be a lot happier. Get that second layer out there and get going. We're going to post that. Same as our Zidua Pro program. We're coming back. Outlook, Ingenia, DRA, Volunteer Corn Killer, Roundup. Same rate. We're going 12-8. And the other reason about being 30, 35 days with that Ingenia is we're getting out there while these beans are still small. Neighbors' beans are still small. Temperatures are lower, less inversions going on that time of year, it seems like to me, so we want to get out there and get going early. DRA, keep it 5 pints per 100, 15 gallon minimum. Volunteer Corn Killer, 5, 6 ounces. Roundup, I'm pushing that up. My post pass, I'm pushing that up to a quart. Get out there 15 gallon, you're gonna be really happy. Keep those beans clean, start clean, stay clean. And I think in an Xtend soybean scenario. This program, similar to the Zidua program, 9 times out of 10, going to be very, very happy at the end of the year. So I'm going to switch some of this stuff up. I'll be right back with our third Xtend program for you. Okay, third program. I'm going to call this our good program. I don't think you can compare this to a 5-6 ounce Authority First Ingenia program or a Zidua Pro followed by Ingenia program. I don't think it's going to be as good. But if you're one of the lucky ones who has minimal water hemp pressure, or you do not have Roundup resistant water hemp or mare's tail, this would be a program that would probably work for you. Again, timing is going to be everything small weeds and getting back in there. But we're going to start Authority First again, but we're going to run the 4 ounce rate. 4 ounce rate of Authority First, followed by a pint to a pint and a half, depending on the size of your mare's tail, of 6 pound 2,4-D. Now, the 2,4-D, even on these Xtend beans, if you're going a pint and a half, a 6 pound 2,4-D, you're still looking at those 2 week plant backs. So we got to make sure we're cognizant of that. It's not like your Ingenia where you can be right behind it, right in front of it with planters. You got to pay attention to those planting restrictions. So we're going to keep that a pint and a half, depending on the size of our winter annuals, mare's tail specifically. We're going to go with a pint to a pint and a half of Roundup, depending on a weed size. That's the 5.4 pound Roundup, not the 4 pound. And then we're going to get our oil and our conditioner in there, our non-ionic and our AMS. And the other key on this also, when you're going out with 2,4-D early on mare's tail and Roundup, is I want your gallons high. Keep those, 15 minimum. I know a lot of times guys say it feels like all they're doing is filling, but it's a lot better than going out and missing those weeds the first time. So take the time to get the water out there that you need, get the coverage that you need. 30 days, guys. 30 days on this one is key. 4 ounces of Authority First if you've had any rainfall at all, you're running out 30 days. We got to be getting ready to get back out there. And when we're coming back, especially on this one, like you'll see, we got a Flex Star, we got a burner type product in the tank. Weed size is everything. So scouting at 30 days, getting your plan in place, getting out there at 35. We're coming back with our Padlock Plus, our full AMS load, non-ionic surfactant, and drift control. We're going to go a quart of Buck 5 Extra, 5.4 pound Roundup. Outlook 10 ounces, 12 ounces on 30-inch rows. Get you a little bit longer residual. 10 to 12 ounces on the Outlook. Get a pint of our Flex Star out there. Some guys use the generic Fomosafen. Same thing. Get a pint out there. Get it out early. And our 6 ounces of Volunteer Corn Killer. Gonna work okay. Weed size is everything on this, where you can get away. If you have an escape, or if we run into some rainy situations and we start getting that water hemp that's 4, 5, 6 inches tall, pushing 10, 12 inches tall, you better be out there before that scenario with your Flex Star. 2-inch water hemp, guys, with Flex Star is about all we've been having luck with. It just once those weeds get a little bigger, I don't know if any of you guys have battled water hemp and mare's tail, but it's not fun, and it takes a heck of a product to bring them down. But get out there early. And another one, keep your gallons up, guys. 20 gallons of water if you'll do it. Okay, 20 gallons. So I got a lot of guys around here that don't want to do it. They want to stay around that 12, and you can tell. You start getting into the Liberty, Flex Star type products. Water is everything. Coverage is everything. So I hope that helped a little bit on the Xtend soybeans. We'll be back at you next week looking at some Liberty soybean programs.